So let us ask you some questions, because let's establish a beginning point and then we'll move on to new heights. Do you accept, at least to some degree, that you are a vibrational being? Yes. And do you accept that the way you feel is your indicator of one thing only: how much of your whole perspective you're allowing or not? Isn't that interesting? So if I'm afraid, that means I should be afraid. Because if I feel fear, what it really means is I've established a vibration that isn't including the wholeness of who I am, so my point of attraction can't let in what I really want. So your fear is letting you know that your point of attraction is not including what you want. It's sort of like if you would stand over there, you'd get it, but while you're standing over here, you can't. So you're standing over here in fear and you can't get it. So then we say, stand over there and get it. You say, okay, I'll stand over there. I'm on my way. I'll stand over there. But it's not easy to, on a dime, turn those emotions around, is it? And why is that? Why can't you just feel good because you want to? Why can't you just switch your vibration like you do a light switch? Because law of attraction is shoring you up with things that match pretty much where you are. So you say, well, this sucks. You're telling me I want to go over there, but I can't go over there because I'm over here. Is that right? Well, it's almost right. What we're saying is you want to go over there, but you can't go over there quickly because you've been practicing being over here. You got to change the way you practice. So the first step is, do you believe that over there exists? Do you believe that there is a vibrational version of you that includes the new and improved version of you? Do you believe that the larger part of you, the non-physical part of you that remains non-physically focused even while you're here in this physical body, is already standing there perceiving that new and improved life experience? And by that we mean, what do you think? Oh, this is so good. What do you think? What do you think? Oh, we're just going to enjoy it to ourselves for a little while. What do you think your inner being's perspective is? What do you think? Start again. So, if manifestation is emotion, did we get you on that one? Do you accept that in the moment of your emotion, you are having a manifestation, and that your emotion itself is a manifestation? It's a manifestation of what? It's a manifestation, an indication, a manifestation, an indication. It's proof, it's evidence. It's a manifestation of the vibrational mix that's going on within you. How much of who you really are you allowing yourself to blend with right here, right now? So what do you think your inner being, or Abraham, what do you think the source within you, how would you describe our manifestational experience? As emotional. In other words, what do you think it is like for non-physical? Do you think we're driving cars around? Do you think we're adding on to our house? Do you think we're writing memoirs? Writing books? Just try to imagine what is the perspective of source energy. It's an emotional experience. It's what you all want. In other words, it's the party you're all on your way to. It's the joy you all seek. It's the allowing of an understanding of love and worthiness, which is at the basis of every single thing that you all want. In other words, we are living the ultimate manifestation. This is what we want to convince you of. If we can convince you that the manifestation that you seek is to hook up with the manifestation that we live, then you'll have it figured out. You've been hearing us say for years, if you've been listening to us, and some of you have, you've been hearing us say that everything that everyone wants, no matter what it is, whether it's a pile of money, a relationship, an improvement in your body, everything, no exception, that everyone has ever wanted or ever will want is for one reason and one reason only. What is it? You will feel better in the having of it. You will feel better in the having of it. So if we can convince you here today that there is a feeling place where the larger part of you exists, that is the manifestation that you can accomplish right here, right now. Can you add on to your beach house today? No. Well, you can add a board. But can you add on and move in today? No. Can you even find your beach house today? Maybe. Can you pay for it today? Probably not. Can you be excited about your beach house today? Can you find your lover in the parking lot? We were there. He's not there right now. Can you find your lover today? Maybe and maybe not, but it is irrelevant whether you actually lick his face today or not. What is relevant is, can you feel the existence of your lover? Can you feel well-being when you're not living it? Can you feel it? And so you sift through the contrast and you know what you don't want, which causes you to know what you do want. And we're not even talking about the words that you speak, like, I'm sick and I want to be well, or I don't have enough money and I want more money. Sure, that's all part of it. But we're talking about the in-the-moment experiences that you have all day, every day, where more just erupts for you, where the newer idea comes. It comes to you all day, every day, and it is born out of the contrast that you are living, because contrast is what causes all of us to be able to focus. Without contrast, you could not even see with your eyes. Without contrast, you could not distinguish sounds. Without contrast, there could not be vocabulary or communication. Without contrast, you could not sensually feel with your fingertips or taste with your tongue. Everything about your experience is a vibrational contrasting experience, and it is the focusing of that contrast that gives you the moment of perception in the moment that you are perceiving. In other words, focus is what it's all about. Not just the words you speak as you make your statements or your goals, or you pray your prayers for solutions, but you are asking, sending these rockets out, and the source within you, the non-resistant, always ready, up to speed, who you were before you came, but always up to speed with who you've become, inner being part of you, receives the fullness of each and every new request and becomes it completely. Not later, not sooner or later, now, right now, becomes it immediately. So when you're sick and you ask for wellness, the source within you, the vibrational part of you that precedes all manifestations, becomes weller than you were before you were sick, richer than you were before you realized you didn't have enough money, clearer than you were before you were confused. In other words, the contrast causes that part of you to focus into leading edge experience. So now, how did that go? I was source energy. I came into sharper focus in my physical experience and focused into beingness, something that source now immediately became. So you caused leading edge, and source now holds leading edge for you to catch up with the leading edge that you caused. See how it works? Now, because you caused the leading edge, if you don't catch up, you're going to feel the deprivation of not keeping up with the leading edge that you caused. See how it works? So anytime you feel less than good, it's because you caused an expansion which the larger part of you is holding, but the physical part of you is holding back temporarily. And why are you holding back? Because you're so excited about what is, you can't take your eyes off of it. You seem to be excited about it even when you hate it. You seem to be excited about it even when you don't like it, even when it's not serving you. And you know why we think you are excited about it even though it's not serving you? Because it's what you talk about mostly. Look where I am. See how I feel. Shine a spotlight on me right now. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Is there an online chat group that I could join with others who are standing right here where I am? And we say, yeah, there is. They'll all come and complain with you. So we don't mean to make it sound as if we think everything that you're focusing on is not pleasing to you. However, when you're focusing upon something in your what is that is pleasing to you, that means that your inner being, that the source within you, that the non-physical part of you, that the Abraham within you, that the source within you, that the God within you, whatever you want to call that part of you that is non-physically focused, is in you. That part is joining you in that thought. So there's no separation. In other words, when you're loving someone, source is right there with you. When you're appreciating, when you are looking for positive aspects, when you are reveling in the beauty of something, there's no separation because source is right there with you. Now, follow us on this, So you were source energy before you came into this physical body, and the larger part of you still remains non-physically focused. A part of you came into this important personality that is you, where you're sifting and sorting and becoming more, but sometimes temporarily not letting yourself become it. But the source within you is becoming it in the incremental moments that you give birth to it. The source within you has become it, and now you've got to become that too if you are to feel really good. So let's say you're focused in your body as you are. Here you are, clumps on chairs, a beautiful room, magnificent city. Here you are, so poignantly, vitally, physically alive, right here, right now. And as you're here right now, appreciating something, so watch this. You were non-physically focused. A part of you came forth into this consciousness. You gave birth to more. The source energy part of you became it. And right now, you're allowing the fullness of that back into your physical body. The fullness of that back into your physical body. And the thing that we want you to hear above anything that we ever say, although we have to tell you it's about the only thing we ever say. The thing that we want you to feel mostly is that this is why you be here in this physical body. You said, I'll go and figure out how to be more, and then I'll figure out how to line up with more so that all that I am can be pointedly with me in this leading edge moment, experiencing the more. You see? A lot of people won't experience it till they croak. They've given birth to it, their source became it, but they're holding themselves vibrationally apart from it because they're still doing too much of the step one work, knowing what I don't want work. But when you really get the fullness of that which is you, then you can begin reveling in your moments. It's fun interacting with you because you, even as individuals, are at various stages of allowing and resisting. In other words, sometimes you're in a moment where you are really allowing the fullness of who you are, and sometimes you're not. And we want you to understand that it doesn't matter whether you are or are not completely allowing the fullness of who you are in any moment, because there's always another moment in which you can do that. We want you to remember that the source within you is always focused upon the solution. Always focused upon the solution. So anytime you're asking the question again or focused upon the problem again, you are separating yourself to some degree from the solution that is already solutioned. In other words, it's already done. There will be a lot of new words today. Write them all down. After all, this is the leading edge. That old dictionary, past tense. So when you start utilizing the contrast of your physical life in the way that you really meant to, in this open-ended, eagerly and willing to participate in life at its fullest, out here on the leading edge, leading edge, on the leading edge, on the bloody leading edge. When you're out here on this leading edge, you're going to be offering a tremendous amount of expansion all day, every day. Every moment is producing some of it for you. And the better you keep up with it, the better you feel. But if you don't keep up with it, there's just going to be a joyous reunion when you do keep up with it. In other words, the solution feels good no matter when it comes. And you have the ability to always find the solution. You're calling the shots here. In other words, you are the creator of your experience. You are the creator of your experience. And you have so much resourceful source backup. You have the energy that creates worlds pouring through you, but you've got to be in a vibrational place that allows it to flow to you and through you in order for that to happen. So now you know everything we know. Have a very nice day. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. In the spirit of time, we have devoured the deliciousness of your manifestations and will continue to do just that. You didn't come to separate yourself from the physicality. You came to embrace it fully. And we have come to embrace it fully with you as well. And so we leave you, not really, but for now, letting you know our appreciation for you and letting you know that we eternally stand with you, ready for you anytime, inside the vortex.